Because honestly, I don't know why it would say like connect streaming software when it says X can. Oh, and yeah, and it says so. Normally, I'm able to just hit like go live from YouTube, and right now it said like it's I can end it through YouTube, but it wouldn't let me go live through YouTube. So I do believe we are live, my friend. We don't have like I need to get the introing, like the little dun, 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 for the
All right.
our little sounds. Because I mean, at this point we just have to run it. Welcome back, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Ignat Sports, episode 50. Big. It's actually kind of cool that we're doing number 50 live. Like we've made the final
Exactly.
transition.
We
49 recorded
definitely,
episodes.
yeah, we definitely didn't plan this all the way. So,
I
what a
mean,
spectacular
it just happened.
way.
It had to happen to be this way. It had to happen to be this way. So I did want to have my because you know how normally like when I'm editing, I'm trying to not write or anything. But today I think I'm gonna have to write. Today I think I'm gonna have to write. I think I'm gonna have to keep my just to keep trick because it's easier to go back and see our picks when we are in a recording. I can just kind of click through it a lot. But if I have to skip through 5 minutes for every pick because it's gonna take us a little bit longer now, then I'd like to have a fresh write it all down. So I believe it was your pick this week, correct? Because I'm pretty sure I went first last week.
Yeah. I
So
believe.
we got our games up. Let's let me check real quick. How many teams we got on the bye this week? Number 8. We're on week 13, correct? Week 13. We have 2 teams on the bye: Arizona and Carolina. Cool. So I will write your name is first, my name is second, and it is after you, my friend.
Okay. Um, we got Green Bay and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago.
Well, we'll say.
Hopefully, it stays that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, it stays that way.
Yep. Yep.
So, give me that Green Bay for the -3.5. Over 44 and Green Bay to win.
All right, they had to just throw it at me right top of the page. Thursday Night Football. I mean, they really just had to do it to me like that. I'm a run back last week where I had to go against my New England. We got Buffalo at New England, and we are gonna run with the road team here. So Buffalo's the favorite at -3.5. Give me the 3.5. I will take wow, just wow with this 43.5. I swear. Um,
Mm,
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under one divisional rivalry, and Belichick is a defensive guy, so like I think Buffalo can win, but I don't think it's gonna be a massive game. So let's go for 3.5, and let's go Buffalo for the win.
okay. Uh, and then, and yeah, I didn't check this. So we got Seattle Rams. I mean, Seattle Rams. Oh my gosh, yeah. Seattle at LA Rams. Um, I'm gonna take my team. That's not the favorite. Give me the 7 points.
Well,
Uh,
say it like we always say. You're confusing me here. Seattle. So
seven.
Seattle's negative. Seattle's the favorite by 7 points. Got it.
Yeah, I'm
Because
taking
I wasn't looking
LA.
at your exact thing. I'm trying to write it while you read it.
Yes, it's taking LA Rams for the +7 and under the 41. LA Rams to win.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going with the big upset there. It seems like a full touchdown. Okay, no, I haven't really looked beyond this at all either. So, wow, more divisional games, more divisional games. Monday Night Football, New Orleans at Tampa. Let's see. Can Brady do it for more than 4 points? Can Brady do it for more? For some reason, it just feels like the smart play to take New Orleans plus 3.5. So let's go New Orleans. These are always really close games. They only beat them like once in the regular season, I think, since Brady's been there. So let's go New Orleans plus 3.5 visiting Tampa Bay. 40.5 is too low. I'm going to go over 40.5. And I will take. Oh my God, that'd be a heck of a call if it was the other way around. Sure, let's go for it, Tampa, for the win. Let's go for it.
That's safe bet. Um, all right, so I think they can do it. Let's do it. We got Indy at Dallas. Give me Dallas for the negative 10.5. Uh, Under the 44.5. And Dallas to win.
Okay, okay, okay. Who's up? Who looks good? Who looks hot? Who looks good? Who looks hot? Wow. Oh, that's a big number. I don't like that at all. Um, I don't. I should pick something smarter before that. Wow, a lot of really good teams playing a lot of really good teams this week. It seems like every good team is
Mm-hmm.
playing the other
Yep.
good team.
Yep.
All right. This is a weird one. LA Chargers visiting Las Vegas. Chargers are getting a point. Give me that point. LAC +1. I will take. Man, I can't never get like 50s. I just flip a coin. I'll go under 50.5. Honestly, every time I pick, it's the wrong one, and I'll go Chargers for the win.
You said you went under 50.5?
Under 50.5. Yeah.
Okay.
So expect a
All
70
right.
point game.
So I'm gonna. There's Cleveland at Houston. Deshaun Watson's coming back, but I think that's still gonna be good enough to get them that -7. So I'll take that -7 spread and under 46.5 and Cleveland to win.
In Cleveland. All right. Man, it doesn't get any easier from here. I mean, I don't know why I like this because like they don't really lose, but I don't know. San Francisco is sticking out to me. So Miami visiting San Fran. San Fran is a 4 point favorite. I'm gonna take SF -4. I will go with let's go over 46.5. This is probably gonna be a big points. Who knows? And then let's go Niners for the win.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I can't even say. um, yeah, I felt like this was the easy one. All right. New York Jets at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Minnesota for the -3. Um, Under 44.5. And Minnesota to win.
All right. KC visiting Cincinnati. KC is a 1.5 point favorite. I will go with KC for the -1.5. Let's go with this is another one of those, but this is even though this isn't like a divisional rivalry, it kind of like feels like it. So let me go under that 53, even though shootout team for shootout team. Let's go under 53 and let's go KC for the win.
Okay. Washington at New York Giants. Give me Washington by the -2. Um, Give me over the 40. And Washington to win.
I don't think you've picked New York once this year. You either picked against them or I picked them.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. We've got I think 3 games left by my count. So let's look ahead or look behind. Actually, look behind. Hmm. Seems like a big number right now. So I see Tennessee at Philadelphia. Tennessee is a 4.5 point underdog. I would like to take Tennessee +4.5. +4.5. Let's go with over 44.5 and Eagles to win.
All right. And then we got Denver at Baltimore.
Oof.
Give me Baltimore for the -8.5. Over 39.5 and Baltimore to win.
All right, and what am I left with? I'm sure you know before I go searching. Oh, Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
Is
Is that it?
What two of
Oh,
them?
let's do it. Wait, is it? So then there's 3 more left. I miscounted then, right? Because you went first, so you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One,
Is the
two, three, four, five, six.
I believe the first two for Sunday. I think that was the last ones. Yeah, when it was me.
Yeah, but you went first, so how can you go first and last? Usually, whoever goes first does not go last. Um, I'm a little confused. Did we mess up somewhere along the way?
Nope, it's 15 games.
How is there 15? Because there's only two teams on the bye. Got it. Normally there's four teams on the bye. Okay, cool. Yeah, that whole like two teams on the bye thing and like two games being missing kind of like threw me again. That we don't
Yeah,
normally get just two teams on the bye. Normally it's four, but then last week everyone did play. Okay, see this week you will be getting an extra game. Got it. And then next week, hopefully it works out that I get an extra game.
right.
Um, let's just go with then I got lucky because normally whoever picks first gets to stick the person with the last pick. So honestly though, this particular week, I don't think it matters. These both look kind of tough. Let's see. Initially, I wanted to go with this one, so I'll just take this one. I'll take Jacksonville is visiting Detroit. It's a pick'em. I will take Detroit in the pick'em. I will go with. This is another one where if I pick under, it's gonna be over. Pick over. I'm just gonna stick with the under 51s. I feel like if I gotta flip a coin, and mentally, it's easier for me to just pick under 51. It's just a big number. So I'm gonna go Detroit. Pick 'em. Let's go under 51 and Detroit to win.
Okay. Um,
Is that the one that you wanted me to pick, or did you want to take that one, or did you not care?
I actually, I was going back and forth, but I actually think that one would be easier somehow, some way. But yeah, let's see. So Pittsburgh is at Atlanta.
Pittsburgh at home, I like Pittsburgh. Atlanta at home, I don't know.
Yeah, give me. I'm gonna do it this way, the one and only. So give me Atlanta for the +1, over 42, and for Pittsburgh to win.
Oof, now that'd be a hell of a call. That's a
Yeah,
2 point window. Cool, cool. All right, let's. Honestly, for me, this is gonna be almost like looking at the games for the first time because I did not watch a lot of Red Zone. I did not um, check a lot of scores. Like I know some results. Like we were talking, it's like, oh yeah, like I know that Tom Brady lost. I know this and that, but let's check and see what happened over the last week.
yeah,
And I'm gonna see real quick if I'm logged into Facebook on my computer. Because if I am, I'm just gonna share the link on there as well, just to see if we can get a little something something going.
hmm
We've been at that steady zero. And it's a new channel and all, but you know, it'd be nice. All right, that's me. My profile. Let me just go. Can I? Is this the? If I go paste, is it still there? Sweet.
Okay, I don't have to record it.
All right, cool. All right. So going from the top as always.
Yep.
All right. So Buffalo went to Detroit, and I don't remember what the spread was, but I know it was more than 3. Can probably guarantee you that much. So let's see how did Buffalo
Yeah.
blow this? It usually tells you somewhere along. Okay, yeah, they were 9.5 point favorite. 9.5 point favorite.
Yeah. What's the name with this? Detroit was doing their best. All the way to the end. 28 seconds left. You tied the game. 25-25. 28 seconds left. But somehow you let Allen and Stephon Diggs do their thing in 21 seconds.
I feel like the last
And
21 seconds of any game and or our two games NBA and NFL are like the first half a quarter. Like you get like 7 minutes basically.
yeah, it's truly crazy. Like literally, So what did I say? They went from 23 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that very first play, 36 yards.
Yep.
Left with 16 seconds now. You
Yep.
do another play, get a little bit closer, and one more play, get a little bit closer. All right, surely our Tyler Bass can kick 45 yard field goal with 7 seconds, and that's what he did. And it's just like, of course, it is to no surprise that Detroit will lose this way.
Right.
No one's surprised. Like, only surprise is that you kept it this. It's a somewhat surprise that you kept it this close, uh, the whole game instead of it being like maybe scoreless the first half or like most of the points first half. Or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Typical Detroit,
uh,
but it's kind of ended up being like typical Buffalo too right now. It's like they're winning some games, but they're not winning them like we expect them to win them.
yeah, exactly.
All right,
It's,
so
it, I was just gonna say if they end up winning this year, it would be like it was not the prettiest Super Bowl run, but hey,
right,
it's not how you start, it's how you finish, baby.
right. All right, right next to that, you had Giants at Dallas. This is one of those Super Bowl games, right? Yep. It's got to be tough for Giants because that's like what, two in a row now. I feel like they've lost.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, 'cause they were 7-2. Now they're 7-4.
Yep. Yeah, this is Giants had the lead um, going into the half, and then Dallas came and woke up.
Not a big lead, just would
And
look like 3 points or so.
yeah, yeah, it was yeah, 6 points I think. Yeah,
Oh,
right here,
okay,
yeah,
six.
13-7.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
13-7.
and then Dallas scored 3 times straight,
Damn.
and all he had to do was just play defense for the rest of the game. So it's like good shout out to Michael
And
Parsons and
Dak threw
company.
two picks too, so that's kind of wild that they're able to run them back like that, even with the 2-2.
Exactly. It's like the Daniel Jones that started off this way.
And Jones had
It's
no
not.
picks, no fumbles, one TD, so it's
Yeah,
kind of surprising.
yeah. I would imagine kind of hurts when you like, dang, I had no
Oof.
interceptions, but and my opposing quarterback had interceptions, but yet I was not able to do anything with the
But
interceptions.
here's the difference though: Saquon Barkley, 11 attempts for 39 total yards. That is not how they started the season. Like
Nope.
they got Tony Pollard beating Saquon, and that was their secondary
Yep.
runner. Damn, they had five different runners, including the quarterback. Zeke, Pollard, Lamb got 2 carries, and Hendershot got his shot. All right. So unfortunately, New England at Minnesota. I don't want to say I can see this coming because I can't really see nothing coming right now, but not surprised. Just put it that way. I mean, I bet against them in this out one, so not surprised. Looks like it was Minnesota 7-0, 7-7. New England takes a slight lead, going back and forth, slight lead. Like really back and forth, 16-16, 23-23. So honestly, it's a lot closer than could have been. Minnesota just took the
Yeah.
very last lead. You don't usually see this much back and forth. I'm actually glad I didn't watch this one. That would have been kind of a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it's crazy to believe that the last scoring play was still like uh was like at the 10-minute mark dang there, and that
Right.
was it. Like it was just simply just three and out. So
Hmm.
it's like, yeah, unfortunately your team ran out of gas.
I mean, I'm surprised they even had as much gas as they did this year. Truth be told,
Right.
what are we at right
True.
now? What's our record? 5-6. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot
Yeah.
worse. Could be.
Now you get into looking like what everybody expected. Unfortunately, 6-5.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. 6-5. I mean, could be worse. We could be, Green Bay or Los Angeles Rams. I don't know what your guys' record is, but it's got to be somewhere in that range, if not worse.
Yeah, but both of my teams is where it's at. It's a lot going on. A lot of bad teams, as we said before, that they got the records that others should have.
Right. All right. Now, speaking of bad teams and records that shouldn't be the way it was, got Tampa Bay at Cleveland. Tampa Bay at Cleveland. Come on, Brady. What's going on this year? What's going on? So,
It's looking like he should have stayed in retirement.
I mean, it's not even.
But
It's yes, but it's not. That makes it sound like it's because of him, and like maybe a little bit. But who you got, bro? Who we throwing to? We got Chris Godwin, of course. Julio
yeah.
Jones, Mike Evans, of course. But I don't know.
But no, in reality, no seriousness. It's not always him because no interceptions and then any fumbles, no
No
fumbles.
Ronald,
So
no Ronald. Was it Ronald Jones? Ronald Jones, running back. I'm like, I don't see the star running back, so it's just not a ton of support right here. Not a ton of support.
yeah, what I was gonna get at is just that it's on the defense side.
Right, right,
like,
right.
another game I'm gonna get to when we get to. It was like the offense did their part. It was a defense.
Ish though, ish. I mean, 17 points is like ish. Like Brady has been a 24-point kind of guy. Like he needs at least one more touchdown to have it be a Brady kind of game at least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, I definitely say that though. Yeah.
All right, so what do we have? Cincinnati at Tennessee. I think this is one of your games if I remember correctly. Let's check out some numbers. So Burrow was 1-0. Looked like Tennessee had a decent ish game. 10-3, 10-3, other than 10-10. 10-10, then wow, 10-10 for. This game was 10-10 for like a long. So this game was 10-10. I'm sorry, at 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the third quarter. So you got to watch almost 3 full quarters of football and 20 points. So that's not entertaining.
Hmm. Man, close game and unfortunately, they couldn't they really kept Henry in check. They need to do 38 yards.
17 attempts is just crazy too.
Exactly. So, shout out to T Higgins for coming up clutch when he needed to,
Hmm.
because Jamar is still out. So
Right,
T
right, right.
Higgins and Boyd. Um, and yeah, even Mixon is still out. So it's just like I don't even have like Perini. I think that's his name. Nice replacement for Mixon for running back, wise, but he's
Right.
no Mixon, So it's like everybody that need to do their part did their part. So shout out to Cincinnati.
Hmm. Yeah, Tennessee's one of those teams too where like they are gonna put up like around 20 points. Like that is what they do. Like if they can hold you to 15, then maybe they win. So Houston at Miami. This one, man, I still forget who Houston's quarterback is. I'm gonna see it. Wait, Kyle Allen. I don't know if I knew that. Was that their quarterback all year? All year, Kyle Allen, Houston.
No,
I was gonna say.
it's Davis
Yeah, that's
Mills
right. That's right. I was gonna say that.
or something like that. Something Mills.
Um,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, this one was a simple like it literally was 30-0 at the half.
yeah.
and then Miami was just like, all
We're
right,
done.
we'll let that's truly funny. Like, yeah, I forgot that it will look like this, but yeah, Miami was just like, we don't need to play anymore. So
Right.
yeah, it's just like I had been making the joke all week. I was like, I should put all my money on this. Like, I didn't think it would be that bad. Like,
Oh,
but
actually,
the way
I've
it
been meaning
happened.
to ask because I know you didn't win it, or else you would have told me. But how close did you get on your 8-team teaser?
So I cut it down to 5 because I
Oh,
knew
okay.
8 was I knew 8
Insane.
yeah, it was insane because this was like the week before was the week I probably could have did the 8,
There's a
but
reason why they're offering you 180 to 1 on your money.
exactly. Um, so
How,
yeah,
so
it
how many
was.
of the 5 did you get?
I would have to go back to see for the Kansas, but unfortunately, it ended once. Like I think one of the Thanksgiving games I had, they did their part, whoever I chose, and then freaking Baltimore Ravens could not win by 5 points or more. Hmm. And we will get to that game
Understood, understood. All right.
soon enough.
So before that game, I know you had I think you had Chicago, or sorry, you had New York at Chicago. Oh, and you did have 2 ties, by the way. You did have 2 ties. Because I remember, where's my piece of paper? I feel like this game was one of them for the over under.
Yeah, yeah. I believe yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
this
You
one.
had this game and the Philly spread. This over under and the Philly spread were your two ties for the week. And it's so funny to think because like I was gonna start making fun and be like, damn, dude, you really know how to pick a tie, but it's like they pick the tie, and it's like half the time you kind of get stuck with the game or this that. It's just really funny that you have 8 ties right now, and I have one.
Pretty good with those. What's up, Kiefer? Appreciate you stopping by.
Yo, what up, Kiefer? I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for being here. We need a little somebody to stop in today. We appreciate that. T Mac and I never stream. We never stream. We appreciate that. You know, we do this as a recording, but I haven't had time to edit lately, so we appreciate you jumping in.
Yeah.
And,
This was
and we're just doing a competition too. So even if you don't follow football, you can follow the competition between T Mac and I. That's what the score is.
exactly.
T Mac's beating me by like about 10 games right now because he's got 6 games on the win column, but then he's got like 7 games on me on the ties. So it's like 6.5. I'm sorry, like 9.5 to 10, whatever you want to call it. A big
Yeah.
number. I'll count when it gets
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. If you don't learn anything about the football, you'll at least be able to understand like who's winning, who's losing.
Yeah,
That's the simple fact.
that's
But
the
yeah,
simple fact.
with this game, yeah, Chicago, it was like in theory, right? Like we don't know who's gonna play quarterback for Jets, and in reality, at least that's what we thought. Um, oh no, I'm tripping. No, I am right because I'm thinking about the next game, I think. But yeah, we didn't know, right? And then here comes this Mr. Mike White,
Oh,
and he's just
I heard
like,
about Mike White too, and I just didn't know if he would come through again. But good for him.
yeah, what is this? Yeah, year number two, and not even year number
I
two.
watched.
What is
Yeah,
it?
I'll send you the link to this, homie. Have you ever heard of his name's
I'm not even sure.
Microphone? Like his name is Mike Microphone.
No.
Never popped on your feed. He's just a cool sports dude. But he made a Mike White video like 2 weeks ago. So when this happened, I was like, all right, let's go. He was like, man, when will Mike White get his chance? And like once I think Wilson got benched, he like did like a whole run through of like his career. So White seemed like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, yeah, he's 2018 draft, so okay, not been in the league for some years. But yeah,
Yeah, just hasn't really had a chance yet.
um, yeah, then like he finally get his two
Damn near
minutes of
perfect
fame.
quarterback rating, bro. I think perfect QBR is 155. He's at 149. I don't think I've ever seen a QBR that high before on like the stat page.
Right.
20,
3 TD.
22 of 28, 3 TDs. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So and then
Zonovan Knight.
oh,
Huh.
um,
Excuse me. I forget what happened with that boy.
that's another thing. I definitely did forget that homeboy didn't play
Which one?
Fields.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have known if I didn't. If you didn't say it and I didn't look right now, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
What's
and
wrong with him?
that's I was like I forgot.
I'll check.
I
I'll
feel
check
like
the
it was
IR right now.
Yeah, I feel like it was the last minute thing.
Let's go injury.
Uh,
Oh, you're right. You're right. It was like legit. Here's what it was. I remember hearing about this. They had reported that Fields was out. Then they reported week of Fields out, morning of Fields in, 15 minutes before the game, Simeon in. That's what I heard had gone down. So let's see what's going. And Fields is now not on the IR. So maybe just a tummy ache, bro. Maybe just a tummy ache, like we say.
Right.
Because
Right.
I mean, I can't like if you're not on the IR, then it's got to be something like that.
And
Call it at most, because sometimes it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's crazy too to just see like, dang, 3-9, and it just seemed like y'all should be one of the. It seems like y'all should be 50. 50. Yeah, it should be at the 500. I'm not.
Oh yeah, Chicago. Nah, well, remember, I don't know if you recall, man, but Chicago, like their offense is putting up like 12 points for like the first 6 weeks of the season, so I'm not
Okay.
super surprised.
Okay. I was like, am I remembering wrong?
If you
It's-
don't you remember,
I'm on
bro,
the
like
high.
if there was like a chart for like Justin Fields throwing to running, like he ran like 80% of the plays for like the first 6 weeks. Like
Right.
he couldn't get his arm going, so yeah, still like one of the most explosive runners, but still just couldn't get once he got the ball in the air, the points started coming. All right, I believe this was mine. Next, we had Atlanta at Washington. I believe. Oh, actually, I have my scoreboard right here. Oh no, yeah. At Washington, by
Mm-hmm.
4.5. It's just one of those lucky ones too. It's like sometimes comes through. That's why when you took Washington today, I'm like, damn, like that's today. Normally I like taking Washington and I like taking Green Bay or Giants. Sorry, but like when they're playing each other, it's like ugh, that don't feel good. That don't look good.
Yeah.
All right, so how did our man Heineke do? So dang, dude, 14 to 23. So it really was a lot on the ground. Brian Robinson, 18 carries for 105. It's not like massive yardage, but to be able to do 5.8 yards 18 times is pretty damn impressive.
Right.
Like just to run the ball in the league at all 18 times is impressive, but to actually get some good enough yardage is pretty good. And this is another team, bro. Look at how many different runners they had. One, two, three, four, five. I mean, of course, the last two were just one attempts, but still, they had four with 4 attempts or more. Is our boy Cordarrelle, and see now look at Cordarrelle, bro. My man Patterson, old Patriot, 11 for 52. That is,
Mm-hmm.
and he's supposed to be putting up those kind of Saquon-esque numbers, even though Saquon didn't do good this week.
Yeah, and then Tyler is another um, backup, possibly first choice. Yeah, and it's like both only equal 106 together, like for 11 touches. So it's like or
Right,
22 touches
right,
together.
right, right.
And it's like apparently you need more
Well,
against the Washington Commanders.
that's why I was saying the Brian Robinson 18 carries is impressive because it's like they had to split this up against 22 and 20 and into 11 and 11, which is still a lot. But it looks like a pretty. Here, let me see. FLs. How many fumbles we got? None. By ATL. This is the one thing like you gotta start showing me the fumbles, please. But looks like just another boring game. Another one of the reasons why I don't really watch a lot of football right now. Like coming through and literally like just being able to scroll through the what you call it, like the little graph is so much more rewarding because then I can just like you say, scroll back up here. Oh hey, scoring plays. Look at that. I see them all. I see them all. All right.
Yeah.
Next on the board we have oh my God, Denver at Carolina. I
Yeah.
I almost felt bad for you when I saw that you got the 3xer on it, but I'm doing bad enough myself. Had you got since you got stuck with this game, there is never a winner when it comes to teams like this.
Yeah, this was the one where it was like, okay, so we know Russell's going to be there, but we don't know. This was what I was kind of referring to earlier in playing. Like, so this was one of those other games where it's like, who's going to be on that weak team playing as quarterback? And it was like, old Sam Darnold that
Right.
I keep forgetting about. That was decent, who was good, had good college days, and only one. Okay, then he only had one TD, but it was good enough
Right.
to beat out Russell's one TD.
I mean,
So
they got three C-level quarterbacks basically over at Carolina right now. Call them B minus to be kind, but see, you never know which
that's
one you're gonna
interesting.
expect.
Oh, okay. They always did it like that. So okay, so he technically had two TDs. Um, I always, even though it said passing right above their name, I always felt like that was the overall amount of touchdowns they had, but that was never the case. So yeah, one passing touchdown, and
Oh,
then he
two.
had the one
Right, right,
rushing,
right. I see that too.
and then the one rushing touchdown, which made a total two for him. So okay, so there, okay, that's good. There we go. That makes more sense because I was just like, dang, he really
Agreed.
only had.
Agreed.
Shout out to him and Eddie. Eddie coming through, even though he only had 142. That's somewhat difficult. The rest, 26, 36, not too hard. This is what you expect from your kicker to be able to
Mm-hmm.
kick.
And then I'm glad I didn't see any of this. Baltimore at Jacksonville. Baltimore at Jacksonville. How
Yeah,
Baltimore? How Baltimore? What were you? They were like big favorite, I think. Let me check my numbers.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, not
No,
bad.
that
Okay,
was
four, but
yeah
still.
four. I'm at
And
that
and,
four.
and
Yeah.
I remember even saying when because I remember because I listened to the playback to get the scores recently. I said I don't know why this number's only four. They must know something I don't. And they definitely did. It definitely did.
Yeah, so with this one, it was like Lamar's doing his part. He did everything right. The dang Baltimore defense cannot keep Mr. Zay Jones in check. And the crazy thing about it, he didn't even have a touchdown. He just had the key plays. It was just like, if y'all don't double this man, like he clearly is going to be if he's not their number one receiver. No, yeah, I think Christian Kirk usually is,
Mm-hmm.
but he or let's take the bet. I'll actually have to look and see one of these Joneses because I did learn that at some point that there was two Joneses on the team,
Right.
but for sure the one that was I think they got the touchdown. I mean, you should have checked them too. Anyway, but yeah, it just sucks that they the that they they can keep them in check and Lamar it's like King. Lamar's like, do I need to get on the like literally 2 minutes left. Lamar and them score a touchdown, got the 2 point conversion to make it a touchdown. You either got to get a touchdown and do the same thing or just go to overtime. And what do? Get the touchdown and do the same thing, get a 2 point conversion. And it's just like I can only get 7 points. I mean, sorry, I can only get 8 points max per touchdown, so not 9.
Right.
It's
That's crazy
just
though. That's
truly,
that's a pretty ballsy play.
it was like once because they kept going over and over again because it was even the touchdown was even like kind of like does it is it a touchdown inbounds kind of thing like his I think they counted his calf like in the area kind of like being in as the second foot down before the rest of his body touched the outside
Got it. Got
lines.
it. Got it. I've
And
definitely heard
so
the term before. One cheek is considered down.
yeah.
So like, who knows what a
So
calf is? It's probably similar.
yeah, yeah. They so it was they once that had happened, the coach was like, hurry up. Was like he pulled the field goal team. He said, nah, we're going for the two. Now that I know.
Right.
So it was just like, yep, ballsy them. Oh, that one man, the Doug Peterson, right? Isn't that his name?
I don't know the coach.
Yeah.
God, I don't even remember, bro. After Urban Meyer, it's hard to.
I might be thinking about another coach then that you be mentioning.
I think for some reason, I don't know. For some reason that came out to me as Detroit, but I don't know. Hashtag IAS.
Right, exactly.
All right. Enough on that game. LAC at AZC.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was yours, if I remember.
Right.
Oh yeah, because all right. So 3.5, 1-by-1. Herbert with a 3 and it's pretty nice. 0 fumbles. Yep. Mr. Murray. 2-1. Kind of standard for Murray.
Yeah, this one I would have chose different had I know the hashtag IAS had I known that of course Kyler Murray would come back. It was just only just one game off probably.
Right.
It's just like yeah. So but glad I won for the the main part. I knew I'm like surely Chargers would win,
Mm-hmm.
whether by 1.2 points.
All right. Then we had this terrible game, Las Vegas at Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is one of those like from 0 points to 40 points. I mean, this is why the league right now is just insanely hard to bet, and I've stopped actually putting money on the games because who knows with some of this stuff. You think Seattle at home should be good. Geno's been hot. DK, Metcalf, Goodwin. I'm sorry, DK, Lockett, Goodwin. You got targets, you got pieces. But somehow Raiders are coming through. Two games in a row.
Yeah. what's the people? Seattle literally had the 2 minute drive, and they could not do anything with it. And lucky for Raiders, they defense came through. And then the defense still came through in overtime so that they could just get the touchdown because they missed the field goal. They got the ball first, so it was like Seattle. All you got to do is just score anything, right? Just field goal or touchdown.
Even then, I was still no. I needed a touchdown because I had Seattle 3.5, and even then at that point,
Oh yeah,
and at that point, I had the under too. So I was really just like, I had no love.
Yeah, definitely not.
No love. All right. LAR at KC, the bittersweet for T-Mac. He calls the massive 14.5 point spread. Gets doesn't get the over because his team cannot come through and put up 20 points. And then I guess you would have lost the spread at that point, but still. But at least you got the 2 of the 3.
Yeah, as expected when Bryce hasn't had much practice in the real game, so
right.
Of course, going.
How long is what's his name out? Stafford out for? Do we know?
I think I wanted to say it was just gonna be that game because it was like he came back. It was like off, came back, and then off again. Unfortunately, it was just like I think this was the second one.
Got it.
So it was just like, dang, that sucks, you know.
And what about Cup? Because I don't see him on here either. You said his was like a pretty long one though, right? He may be out the rest of the season ish.
Not for for the most part, probably like close to it, dang near.
Got it.
Might make it to the last game or so.
But like since you guys probably aren't going to be in a position to win, probably not going to be force him out anytime soon.
Yeah. And then wait, was that this game 11:29? Yeah, 11:29.
Wait a minute, Ronald Jones is on the Chiefs now? When did that happen? He was like Brady's right-hand man for like his whole career, or his whole Tampa career, I meant to say. Oh, you know what? No. My bad. Ronald Jones is always a nice compliment. Like, Ronald Jones was on Tampa Bay. He was a nice complimentary piece. But you know who I didn't see before? Who I was thinking was Leonard Fournette. That's who's been like their staple. But Ronald Jones still been down there. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it said Ronald was drafted by Tampa, and then he just got to KC.
Okay. I literally forget we can just click on their name and see that. Oh yeah, literally one game. So like, okay, so I don't know when the trade deadline is or was, but I guess that happened. Well.
Yes.
Welp. So what did Mahomes do? 1-1, and they won by 16. That's kind of crazy. Damn, dude, 22 rushes for 69 yards. That is inefficient.
Most definitely.
I mean, and then you got a guy on your end who beat him by half a yard in the average with 11 rushes for 35 yards. If you double that, he would go 22 for 70. That's funny. So it looks like a bit. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with these KC and these Buffalo. It's like there doesn't seem to be any team right now that's like consistently putting up 30 points. And I feel like every year we have at least one.
Yeah. Maybe Miami.
I was gonna say the same thing. Maybe Miami, but
yeah, they had 30, but that's sweet, but. Yeah, these teams with the better records, they seem to be getting by with the 28s, the 27s, kind of win.
Or a 13 apparently. New Orleans at San Francisco. I think that's another one you had. San Fran was like what was it, 6, 7, 8 point favorite? Let's see. San Francisco was a 8-point favorite, yeah. So New Orleans can't travel apparently. 0 points on the road. I mean, some of these 0-point teams and like I don't know how it's works, but just watch New Orleans to come back and put up like 40 next week because for whatever reason, these teams that just do nothing one week and it's like all right, they're not doing well right now. And it's like right now apparently equals one game because you can't find a lot of consistency, right? It seems.
Yeah, it's crazy to see how Andy has 204 yards with no touchdowns, no interceptions.
I mean, it's a
Um,
passing league right now, so a lot of yards can be got in the middle of the field over 4 quarters
yeah,
between the
but
30s.
but then again, when you see that paired with Alvin having his two fumbles, it's just like, oh, so they must have tried to run when they were heavy in the red zone,
Right.
and then Alvin was like, I want to give it up to the red team since we're in the red zone.
Apparently.
Uh,
Apparently. All right.
I didn't think it'd be like this, but I'm glad I
13
chose the
point
right team.
total. I'm already off that game. All right, all right. Now here's a team that had to win by more than 28 points. And your second tie of the week, Green Bay at Philadelphia. Green Bay by 7. Green Bay by 7. Well, Green Bay 7-point underdog, and they only lost by exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
So Love had 6. I'm sorry, 9 attempts. Was that just end of game stuff? I assume, or what? It's kind of odd that he'd have that many attempts in the game. Jordan Love.
Yeah, so this was interesting, even though I thought it happened a little sooner. But we go neck and neck into the half, only down by 7. They came out, score. We still struggling offensive wise, and it's just the lead is getting worse. And then Rogers is like, "Oh no, ribs!" So he goes out, and as soon as
Hmm.
Jordan Love comes in, he connects with Watson, who's our supposed to be a number one, or our number one out of the rookies, I should say. And thankfully that happened. It was like, okay, cool, 63-yard touchdown with a quarterback, that has not too much experience, especially with his rookie wide receiver. That's cool. We're down by 7 now, once again. But
Right.
unfortunately, once again, Jordan Love. So that's at the 9-10 mark. Next time somebody scores is at the 2-minute mark, and now we're down by 10. And so it's like, yeah, not happening. Not happening. Defense can come up clutch enough with a fumble or interceptions, and Jordan Love just couldn't connect anymore after that one spectacular play. So it was just like, yeah, just truly sad to my Green Bay season. Already started off ugly. Rogers hurt. Might just sit out the rest of the season.
You know,
Um,
4-8 is not where anyone expected Green Bay to be.
yeah,
And the final game of the week was the Monday night game last night, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis, which we talked about briefly, the other night. Let's see, what did these numbers look like here? So Kenny Pickett was 20 of 28 for 174, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions. What a vanilla performance. 0 fumbles. Like he got out there and he didn't lose the game, but that's about all he did apparently.
yeah. I was like, oh, surely Kenny had a touchdown, right? And I'm like,
Hmm.
nope. But I was like, well, I guess that's good for him that he didn't need to do it.
Apparently, yeah.
And
Or well, let's see. Okay, rushing touchdown. Nope, not even a rushing touchdown. Jeez.
yeah, no, it was his running backs as expected.
What,
Um,
20 points.
Herman,
So where'd the third touchdown come from then? Was it defensively? Because I only see 2 on the offensive side. So let's see defensive. I only see
yeah, that's all they had. Two offensive, and the rest is field goals for Pittsburgh.
unless they missed an extra point. That doesn't really add up. Oh, I guess. Wait, yeah, no, it doesn't add up because if they had 2 touchdowns, that would be 14 points. So then plus.
They went for the 2 point.
Oh,
That's why
okay,
for
okay,
the last one. Yeah,
got it, got it. That makes sense.
yeah. So one interception for Matt Ryan, not too bad, but it, I'll have to see when that happened because they already started 13-0, so that's just not.
Now I don't remember before last year, but like Jonathan Taylor like was doing good last year, and then this year I don't feel like he's had any really of those like. I mean, he had a 5 touchdown game last year, so
Yeah,
nothing like that this year.
yeah, he's been one of those we've been talking about where it's like he's those running backs that's kind of like falling off this year, where it's just like you'll get Close to 100, but not like even over. Like you don't even get over the 100, I should say. Like you
Right.
usually do, and at least have a touchdown with it. So it's
Just
like
looks
best
like
of
it
luck
was
with
a
that.
1 year type thing, I guess. I don't know, because you expect consistency for at least a couple years out of running backs.
Yeah, and just we gotta see how the rest of this year play out going into next year, because
Yes, sir.
it's just like this is not adding to your stocks,
Hmm. Right.
your reputation. So it's like, we all see what happened to Melvin. Man, had fun, but I had this one too many times. It was like, yeah, we knew how you played on Chargers, but that was back then. We
Exactly.
don't know about now. So
Well, this is gonna be a crazy week coming up. I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, and it does look like there's another. Hold on, let me check week 14 real quick. There's another. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's gonna be another odd games, but will be another six. This was 7 and 8. We'll be doing 6 and 7 next week. That's fine because there's 6 teams on the bye next week instead of just the two.
all right,
But yeah, if you're down to run it again, same time, same place, I'll try to advertise a little more. This is a good trial run. For our not trial, for a good first time, I guess you can say.
exactly. Yeah.
No trial. This is it.
Yep. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Give us a like, subscribe, share with friends and family.
Hop in the new Discord, this Discord, and maybe I'll maybe I'll just I don't know, make like a sub for now until it's big enough. Maybe I'll make like a sub Discord in my other one, like in case anyone wants some sports. Just make a sports Discord. That's it. Like a sports sub channel in my current one, just to see if we can get some people in here.
All right.
Because right now I'm doing the stuff that I did after I already kind of had built up the other channel, so it's no surprise that it's going to be a slow start. But yeah, fun as always. Even halfway through, even before Kiefer jumped in, I realized I'm like, you know what? There's only 2 people watching right now, but it's the only 2 people we need because, you know what? We gotta keep the sports alive somehow.
Yes.
All right,
Exactly
man.
that.
Back to the Pokemon.
Yep.
All
Catch
right,
us
folks.
there.
Thank you all so much for being here, and we will catch you next week.
This is- All right. You say you don't.